Welcome, welcome, welcome to another episode of I Mustache You a Question with Jen, James, Michael, and Joey. And we're full screen here today. I love it. So this is my first week back. I bet you guys miss me, yeah? No?
Who are you? What is
Are you
this?
tired of numbers yet?
Oh my God, I'm so tired of numbers. It's been, I was on vacation in the Dominican Republic, where Michael is from.
I don't know what that country is. What?
I was there for like a celebration of life for my my wife's grandmother, and it was like the Belgium. She's from Belgium, so it was like the Belgium family. Have you guys ever played Canasta, the card game Canasta?
Never.
Yeah, I learned it. It's awesome. I've always been a spades kind of guy, and Canasta that was taught. I guess that's very popular. It's a lot of fun, and there's 4 of us here, and it's like perfect to play Canasta. So I got to teach you guys one day. It's awesome. But there was a Comics Pro meeting as Jen went to. I wasn't able to, that was during that vacation, but we made some pretty big announcements. I'm not sure if you guys talked about it on the last couple of shows. Did you?
No.
No.
One of them, Bleeding Cool, kind of broke the news. We haven't done official press release yet, but this is pretty big, everybody.
Yeah.
Not sure if you can see this. What it is, I'm holding up a trade paperback of Drawing Blood. Which is basically the story behind the stories of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles with Kevin Eastman, David Abalone, Ben Bishop, that's the team behind The Last Ronin. So we're going to be producing that book. So it's 12 total issues coming out, I believe, in July, just in time for San Diego Comic-Con, and I think it's going to be huge for us, and
for those people who don't know what that's all about, it follows a comic book creator who it has a story very much like the Turtles. Ron Magdalls, right? Yeah, right. Well, one half of the guys, Kevin Eastman. So it's a freaking amazing, and I'm really excited. I learned about this book years ago when they were dropping it on Kickstarter and talking about it. David sent me a press copy, and I was in love. And then when he told, I think he told me before he told you. You told me. I was just like, yes. I kept it a secret until now. I'm just like, yes.
I'm very excited. I go way back with Ben Bishop, and Charlie goes way back with David Abalone. So it really.
What's up? Sorry.
It really helped being like friends with them and just coming along. It's so funny is my first San Diego Comic-Con, not my uncle, I'm his uncle, my nephew was stationed in the Navy out there. And I went, and this was before I was with Scout for Solar Flare. And I went with Ben, and Ben and I stayed at my nephew's 1-bedroom apartment. Like we slept on the couch and on the floor. And then the following year we stayed with my nephew again. And that's when they announced Drawing Blood. And then the following year, I couldn't get a place, and Drawing Blood was released. And they added, I stayed at Ben and his wife's. It was a hotel. I couldn't. My nephew got restationed to Hawaii, so I slept on like a, I don't know, windowsill that had a cushion on it in their hotel. So Ben and I go way back, and Charlie and David go way back as well. So it's. I felt like it's destiny. So we're really excited about it. There's a lot of cool things that we have planned. Some really neat options that I can't share yet. But I'm really glad that news dropped. Another really cool thing that we haven't really showed anybody, I'm going to premiere it right now, is did you go to any of the events with Comics on Coffee, Jen?
I did, and I've been talking to them about all the stuff that they're carrying. I opened my wholesale account and everything.
They are incredible individuals, Tanya and Tony. We met them here, only a couple miles from the HQ. They had a coffee where they would make coffee, like brew coffee, etc. We got to know them. They've become very close friends. At HQ, we have a full coffee bar with all their coffees, including like a fully nitrous cold brew. It's amazing. They have a Third Wave brand where it's blueberry infused. But one thing that we're doing is we're doing Scout Comics. So this is going to be where you get a bag of coffee in a limited edition. This is the
That's so cool.
And you'll get a issue number 1 that looks like this. But there's also a downloadable code to get the digital. So we're doing this is
That's so cool.
right, there's another one. got the Star Killer.
That's amazing.
Yeah, they have a Star Killer on the site already. That was cool.
Yes. So they have a couple of them. This is what it looks like when it's filled. So stay tuned. We're going to do a big, we're not going to drop them all at once. We're going to do limited editions and then sell the bags as well. But we're going to do some comics with it too. And again, if you guys haven't checked them out, it's comicsoncoffee.com. Again, amazing coffee. It's not just the cool things that they do, but the coffee, it's so delicious. They have this pumpkin spice coffee that we're all addicted to here.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Just basic enough. Just sitting in a little alcove in a hotel drinking.
Oh my gosh. What are you talking about? You crazy. Yeah, it's amazing.
All right, you guys help me out. So if we did a coffee bag for the store,
yeah,
and we're doing the Space Cadets collection, what flavor in the world would go with that?
Well, what I would suggest with Space Cadets is maybe you do a limited run with Space Cadets, the comic, and come up with with the comic where it's like a joint thing where we do a scoop bag, do a special cover.
Ooh.
Right? And then we can, outer space is dark, so I would say it has to be a dark blend, right?
Oh, yeah. I like that idea. See,
right? And what's so awesome is Tony and Tanya, they can actually, like, if you're like, well, we want it to be infused with coconut, they can do it. And then that could be literally your own coffee, like where they don't do it anywhere but there. Like, it's so cool. And they're very close with Jonathan, who's, the co-creator of Space Cadet. So, they're doing a recount one, so it's going to be pretty awesome. Yep. So that's another cool thing that we have going. I'm going to be talking with Lunar about getting them distributed through Lunar, through us. So I'm going to be talking with them. So a lot of exciting stuff has been happening. It's been very stressful, that's to say the least, over the past few weeks. Doesn't seem like that's going to change anytime soon, but a lot of good news, despite a lot of, dealings.
Yeah, nothing like an ayahuasca binge and 3 days riding on the ground.
What'd you say, Jen?
I feel like you guys might need to grow your team a little bit, because I know you guys can do it, but you don't want to burn yourself out.
Yeah, the problem is that going behind the cover is just like, we've done all this stuff with minimal budget. Like, a lot of people don't realize is a lot of it is people volunteering and believing in what we're doing, and it's pretty incredible. Where you have like companies that pay extraordinary amounts of money to their employees that haven't grown the way we've grown, and we're so close. A lot of the stuff that is going behind the scenes, like, it's been happening for a while. But you're right, and what's so nice is that I think how we've built this, it's scalable. So once we get like full funding, possibly, that we will be able to grow it like exponentially, and we won't have as many growing pains as a lot of other companies. So, but it's exciting. That this year it started off tough, quite honestly, with that paper shortage. Like, people, I still don't think our industry is talking about it enough. It's insane. It is absolutely insane. It's not just the paper. It's if you order it from China, you can't get it in because of the supply chain issue, and then the truckers striking, where if I want to send something to the West Coast, to you, Joey, right? Like, I can't do FedEx ground because there's a possibility that it sits on a train for weeks, right? To have the higher amount, and do the overnight. And even then, the overnight's not going to guarantee overnight. It's just a very interesting scenario that we're going through. And it's we've had to adapt, and we've adapted. I think that's one big thing for our growth is the adaptation of it. And you have to, just like the stores adapt during the pandemic. I know I've asked this question again, or to you, Jen, but as far as like online auctions and stuff, what percentage of business is it for you now, would you say, prior pandemic and to now?
So we split out our things that are not in store, in person, between what we consider like the eBay and Shopify part, which call it regular online, and our live selling. And probably if you take the main store, that would be like half. And then for the eBay, Shopify, and the live, those are the other 2 quarters. So it's a pretty sizable chunk. Like, if you lost live, that would be a big hit, right?
Yeah.
Or online, either way.
Do you feel, out of all those different channels, what is growing the fastest for you? as far as revenue goes?
Weirdly, the store, but it's a lot because we're
That's
doing a lot of
great.
capital improvements right now. We're putting in a new floor, and because of the way the store has been laid out, we're rearranging it to make more sense. We have a lot of just regular public coming in now because of the pizzeria, so they're like walking into something they're not really expecting, and so we're trying to make the stuff they now walk into stuff that looks really familiar to them. So everything that would be closer to like the design of what like a Barnes and Noble look would be like. That's what we're putting near that entrance, and moving away that would be the traditional comic book store model looking things. They're still going to be here. They're just not going to be the things that people walk into. So we're hoping that allows people to be less nervous about approaching what's here, to kind of be interested in it, because the section they're going to walk into pretty much looks like exactly what they're used to, which is like comfy chairs and books they can just pick up and read. So hopefully that will work for them.
I now expect to walk in and just imagine like a Macy's, the first floor of a Macy's, just like,
why is there furniture here? oh, that's perfume right in the eye. What's I love this.
You got a makeup counter.
Yeah.
Now, what I really want to come out and visit you sometime this year. That's kind of been my goal, is to come out. So another thing we announced at Comics Pro is our pop-up shops. Have you heard of? Did you, Charlie, explain? This was from Charlie's idea. I thought it was brilliant. We're basically someone from Scout. We bring in material, and we have a Scout day at the comic shop, and we bring the material and we split it with the store, whatever the sales are, and we really bring some titles and help. They just call it a pop-up shop, a one-day thing, so they can promote the event. And what better than one of the Scout team knowing how to sell the Scout books, right?
Oh yeah.
So I would love to do one at your shop, just to come out and see it.
Yeah, because we have. You don't know how it's set up, but like right now where I'm sitting is actually set up specifically for when we have big signings and stuff. So the behind it's surrounded by counter, so you can like set up all the way around as your big store, and like it's safe because there's not a place for people to walk back behind you. I was going to show everybody that's what people now see as probably as the more public facing part of the business. New floors and
nice.
It looks like a safe bookstore.
Oh
right?
Wow, that
You're
looks
not
awesome.
going to get nerd cooties from that.
That's a fancy floor. I like that.
Oh wow,
Is that Pergo, Jen? I like that.
That's awesome.
Don't get too impressed. It's really just peel and stick vinyl.
Who cares? It looks gorgeous. It doesn't matter.
Good. Very,
you do that
very
same thing, you're like, man, I just scuffed my floor. Peel up tile. Pull down.
We got peel up carpet here at the new HQ, which is like there was a tear in one and they just replaced it with cubes. Like they're just in these little black cubes. It's kind of cool. I never saw it before, but it looks higher end. It's surprising.
You would be surprised with some of the stuff that they got going on nowadays. Like it's really, really interesting. It makes a whole lot. It makes DIY a lot easier.
Yeah, I imagine.
So much.
Yeah.
Well,
like,
what
not
else?
to sponsor like IKEA or anything, but like eventually you're going to start to see a lot of the same furniture thing just reassembled in very, very ingenious ways.
Well,
just
it's funny that you say IKEA, and it goes back to the whole supply chain. Is I need to get these like smaller bookcases to do a little expansion. And I've been trying for the past 8 months, these Billy Black bookcases.
Yes.
They're gone.
I ended up getting this guy here a couple months ago, and getting a second one has been near impossible. And then they upped the price on them.
Just make it yourself, man.
That's really what it's come down. Yeah, make it yourself. And there's like from where I'm at, drivable. There's 5 different IKEAs, and they've all been out for numerous times. It's crazy, the supply chain here. It's wild, but we have so much great stuff. We had a big release. Now I can actually say some releases came out.
Yeah.
Today, Broken Eye, which is a really, really awesome book about this character. It's written by a European team from England, and the character is like figure like a 70s espionage, and the guy's eye, he can see the future and different things through his broken eye, and it's a really
if you want.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a great series. We also have the 3rd volume of Perhapanauts. Triangle #1 came out, and that's in that nonstop format where we do the single issue and then we do the trade right after. But it's the 3rd volume of Perhapanauts, and then another great. There's a web store cover for that as well. And Soltaic, another amazing scoop book that we have by creator Chris Williams, who's another one of those amazing people who do everything themselves. You know, the art, the pencils, the inks, the lettering. I know Richard and Andrea helped edit the book, but it's another fantastic series. It feels like a younger, you know, like a New Mutants, Young X-Men aspect, where this superhero doesn't want her daughter to get into the line of duty, and but no one tells her what to do. It's just really adorable, and it's a great series. But we released that as well as today is the release date. But we have so many great stuff. Jen, did you read Distorted?
Distorted is so good.
Isn't it good?
Did.
It's so good.
Yeah,
The art is so gorgeous.
Like when you get behind, kind of like, and when the introduction to a character is more about them, their personal life, and just kind of like their everyday struggle, then it's just straight into like, I'm beating up bad guys. It's like, why do I care if you're beating up a bad guy?
Yeah, it King Jira. I know Marco just said hello. King Jira is another one of my favorites. It's just so cool, and we want to do a legendary edition of King Jira where you have it in this full 11x17. Yeah, there it is.
We're missing a promotional opportunity. I have a pizzeria, and you have a book about a giant kaiju that wants pizza only.
Yeah, I think you're absolutely right. So we need to talk about that off channel.
King Jira. Ooh, I want a King Jira delivered to my house.
Oh, maybe even do pizza boxes that have King Jira on it.
Yes. Oh, dude.
Okay.
Marco, are you listening? Are you still listening?
We need Marco. We need some variant covers, and we need to, listen. You know those folios? You know the folios, right? All we got to do is print some pages of that look like pizza boxes, put them inside the folios, and then there we go. We got some giveaways. We can sell some King Jira stuff.
And Marco has another book coming out in the next couple of weeks. It's going to be
the Caravan.
Yeah, Pentagram of Horror, which he does everything too. And obviously it's much darker than King Jira. But yeah, King Jira. It's another cool, real quick story is yesterday we had some we're having AEW, the wrestling. It's like the secondary promotion to WWE. They're having a live TV taping tonight in Fort Myers, and some wrestlers stopped in and they bought King Jira and Gut Ghost. It's fun.
Nice.
Awesome.
It's like it's cool. And then next week on Wednesday, I'm actually going to a particular wrestler that I'm not going to name right now because I can't. I'm going to his house to get stuff signed.
We won't tell anybody.
Yeah. Oh yeah. But that's it's pretty cool.
But you got to talk about the paper on this one though, dude.
Yeah, and again, when things get normal, that's what we wanted to convert to. It's like called Supermat. I'm like in love with the paper. It feels like rubber, and
it feels like it feels like a vinyl Funko Pop.
It's amazing, right?
For me, like I'm like, ooh, Funko.
We did it on Cultivivorous. We're doing it on our trades, like most of our trades. But again, with the paper shortage, we can't. We got to use what we got, right? But eventually we're going to get back to that. I think it's amazing. It's going to grade well. Cult of Icarus, I don't know you guys if you saw, sold out of that one that you're holding in your hand, and we're going to a second printing.
Yeah. And listen, the second printing is flipping gorgeous.
What, that cover? I know, man.
Yeah, it's so gorgeous. Like, dude, Carl does such a good job.
He is such a talent. And we have another book coming out, Evermore Falls, in the fall. No pun intended. For that. It's going to be great.
Yeah.
Oh, I agree, Kyle. AEW has passed the popularity. We're going tonight, by the way, so I think it's going to be kind of fun. Are you accepting graphic novel submissions for publication? Our submission door is always open, John. All you have to do is go to scoutcomics.com, click on the submissions tab, and we have a team that everyone looks over, but that's the best thing to do. Low-res PDFs. That's the key. We don't really like zip files.
Oh man!
Can't open those on your phone or any other device other than a laptop. So
how many times we've gotten files just like, hey, this is only 13 gigs. Good luck.
Yes.
And just like, oh,
yep.
Do you accept video submissions where someone reads it to you like a nighttime story?
I think that's incredible, and that's the way to separate yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Listen,
Are they
listen,
wearing a robe?
there's-
Is there a
I don't know.
fireplace?
I don't know if you guys know. I don't know if you guys know, but the guys from over there at Code 45, the book that's coming out very soon, Benjamin Hunting and all those guys, they are actually recording. They recorded their first episode of a podcast series that they're going to be doing, talking about the creation of Code 45.
Very cool, man.
And it's really cool because they're also gonna use it as like kind of like a teaching tool for creatives and things of that nature. So it's really interesting, and creators stepping outside of the box and doing things differently is definitely people are coming up with some amazing ideas nowadays.
Hey Jen, this is just between you and I, but you might want to order up on Code of 45. Wink, wink, hint, hint.
Also,
I
Did
think
those orders already go in?
No, not yet.
Okay, good.
That's not being solicited for like another month or two, but you might want to go a little higher on that one.
Here's a little bit of tidbit that Code 45 podcast just might be on somebody's podcast network.
Oh, that's awesome, man.
So
Well, be sure to share on all the channels.
Yes. Well, I'm going to be talking to him. I'm going to be doing an interview with him for my show here on Friday, and then we're going to be talking some business. We might be doing a handful of more things with them and their team.
Yeah, they're a great team. They're very nice. They've been very awesome to work with so far, and it's a great story. It's very cool. Love the art, the storytelling. I'm excited for that one. That one's going to be awesome. Like very awesome. We got so much good stuff in the pipeline. Since last time I've been on the show, we've introduced Pressworks, and cool. We did a Whatnot show. We've sold every single one that we've put on. It's been awesome. We're going to be we've been working on it this week. We're going to do a Pressworks drop on our website so people can do that. So, order them, because right now we've only done it exclusively from Whatnot, and it's been really successful, and they're really cool items that we have. And I'm really excited about that. Jen, I gotta send you one just so you can hang it up in your shop. It's very cool.
So are you guys doing auctions with those?
Yeah, we've just done auctions with them. We've had 2 like Pressworks shows, and we've like put a couple in some of the other shows. And there's basically 3 different ways you can get them. You can get the very large covers, where we've only offered 2 covers, where it's essentially like a 29 by 34 frame. And every Presswork frame comes with like a little plaque that says what it's about, like Cult of Icarus #1, print. It says the print run, the date it was printed, and what color the plate is. And
one of my buddies over there on Twitter, Slugnacious, he posted his when he got his.
Yeah,
it's gorgeous. He hung it. It looks awesome.
And some of them are so cool. Just really depends on the title, like looking at some where the magentas pop, or the yellows, and sometimes the black. It just depends on what colors that they use, and it's very unique. But on trades, we actually get a row of individual plates. So we sell them in individuals. We did that where we put them in a really nice mylar full backboard with a COA that says what it came from. So again, this will only be for trades because of the way they're printed. You have that extra sleeve, basically an extra 3 that's on a plate. So we'll be selling those individually as well. So we have the individual, the 2-page spreads that are in the 11 by 7 or 17 by 20, and then the covers.
Are you guys ever gonna do like a buy it now option on those things?
Yeah, it's gonna be on our website.
Okay, cool.
So we're gonna do it, and kind of what we're planning is they're higher price on our website, and we'll do auction ones for less on Whatnot, kind of steering people to that platform if that's the case. But we haven't made it available like worldwide yet, as far as being on the website, and that's probably going to be next week. And we're going to do a big.
What kind of price point are you thinking on those?
So on the covers, it's probably going to be like $6.99 for. Okay. I mean, because again, there's only going to be 4 per book. You have 1 black, 1 magenta, 1, and then on the individual ones, it'll probably be $2.99. And then individuals, I'm talking about the 11 by 20, the 2-page spreads that I think I've showed on the show before. And then the individual ones will probably be like $50.
That's awesome.
So
super cool.
Again, and they're really cool. And I don't think pictures do them justice. When you actually hold them in your hand and you see them, you're like, this is awesome. And to realize that this was the tool that made the house. So
I can't wait.
I mean, you see how metal covers go crazy. Right? And these, like, they're not as like, this was used to print a book. Like, you couldn't have without this piece. It's like an animation cell, you know what I'm saying? for animated shows.
Yeah, that's so cool. I want to see one in like life
Ah.
so bad. So
we have a
cool.
lot of really fun stuff planned.
I'd love to go tour the facility where they print it and actually see it being printed. That would be really cool.
Well, I took a lot of videos.
Yeah.
We used one for the premiere where I went over to Comic Impressions and Rich Boy over there. People don't realize, like, these new printers, we can't get those plates from them. It's partly because of our relationship with Comic Impressions that we were able to secure these plates. And Rich just did a tour and shows you. I mean, you see the press, the offset press that it goes on. He shows us the actual plate maker where they do it, how they stench. Like it's so cool, man. It was fun. Just I'm a nerd, so doing that nerdy stuff. It's like going to a museum and actually seeing how everything is done is just so cool.
Do you remember that show, How Things Are Made?
Yeah. Oh, I loved it.
Well,
That was like a lullaby for me too. Like when I had problems sleeping, I would just say that, and it was just like I'd slowly drift away and wake up and feel like I'm learning through osmosis.
There you go.
So I have a really big phone call. I actually have to jet right now because I have a 2:00 meeting. I'm very excited about this meeting.
Nice.
Yeah, it's about adding possibly another. I can't say anything. Too much. But it's really, really exciting, and my partners are probably waiting, so I have to jet. Everybody,
thank you.
No Parmesan to pasta. It's crazy. Can't wait.
Knock on wood for me. Fingers crossed.
Yes.
Fingers
crossed.
But I'll see everybody next week. Okay, you guys have fun.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
Go kill it.
That's freaking awesome. So I guess we can probably
bread and sauce. It's gonna be amazing.
I guess we could probably close out the show here and ask a question. Jen, do you have any questions, or maybe Mike?
I've got one because of what we talked about today.
All right.
What is your favorite pizza?
Ooh, that's easy. Mine's just easy. Pepperoni. It's got to be like extra pepperoni, but it has to be like listen, the first job I ever had, one of the first jobs I ever had was a pizza place, right? And then ever since then I managed this pizza spot. So I was like, I'm pretty confident I know pizza. I'm not an expert, and I've never had like New York pizza, so I don't know enough.
You've never had New York
I've
pizza.
never had pizza,
so
to some people, I've never had pizza. Right. Exactly.
It's very
true. I just know Arizona pizza, I guess. But
you've had pie.
I had a form of it, I guess. But I just can't do like a Domino's or like a, it has to be one of those mom and pop shops that you're just like, oh, they probably like sneezed in the water and it makes it better. So I don't know.
I can do Domino's, and I have because I have been sad before. And I will be sad again. But my favorite topping, no matter where I go, if they have it, I'm a huge fan of chicken bacon ranch.
Ooh.
But there's also something to be said about crispy bacon with cheddar cheese.
Yeah. Ooh.
That there's a combination that I discovered, and I was just like, oh, if I didn't have diabetes before, it's actually happening right now.
Jen, all right, how about you? It has to be pineapple, right?
It actually involves pineapple. It was just
I knew it. I knew you were a pineapple person.
Excuse me, I have nothing against pineapple, and I actually think it's refreshing and great on pizza.
What is it, Jen?
Black olives, Canadian bacon, and pineapple make an amazing combo. Super sweet and then super salty all together.
I guess there's one of those things that people love to do is sweet and salty, right? Sorry, I didn't know if it was an interview. I was like, I didn't schedule nobody.
All right, well, have a great day, guys. We'll see each other next time then.
Thank you. Yeah. Jen, would you like to see us out of the show?
Absolutely. Thank you, everybody, for joining us on Mustache You Question, where every week we are this ridiculous. And you missed Michael's pink hair that he had on before the show started.
Oh, no, it will be here next week. It will be here.
So join in next week.
I chickened out. And maybe I'll be here next week. Maybe I won't.
Oh, uh-oh. Maybe he's going to be building some Billy bookcases for us.
Maybe.
All right. Thank you guys. Jen, Michael, it's been a pleasure. We'll see you guys next time.